Okay, so what actually happens inside your body if you eat only one meal a day? Let's forget all the diet hype for a minute. We're gonna go on a fascinating hour by hour tour to see what's really going on under the hood. I bet the first word that pops into your head is starvation, right? You'd figure your body would freak out, get weak, maybe even start chewing through its own muscle. But what if that's not the story your body is telling at all? What if it's not a crisis, but actually a quiet, powerful system reboot? And that right there is the whole point. Your body doesn't panic. It adapts. It's like it has this ancient built-in playbook for this exact situation. So come on, let's go inside and see what really happens when the food stops coming for a while. So we're going to start by totally challenging that common story. The one we tell ourselves about hunger being all about weakness and losing ground. The biological story, though, it's all about efficiency and repair. This really breaks it down, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the common perception, starvation, weakness, your body falling apart. But on the other side is the biological reality we're about to explore, a system that's adapting, becoming way more efficient, and, get this, even repairing itself. So how on earth does your body pull off that switch? Let's find out. All right, our journey begins in those first 12 hours. And this part isn't about anything super dramatic. It's about something our modern bodies almost never ever get to experience anymore, and that is quiet. I mean, just think about your typical day. Most of us are eating or snacking all the time, right? We keep our digestive system constantly on the clock. But when you eat just one meal, your stomach, your pancreas, your entire gut finally gets a long, well-deserved break. Insulin levels start to drop, and the whole operation just calms down. And here it is. This is our roadmap for the next 23 hours. You can see at hour 6, we hit the glycogen switch. Then by hour 12, we cross over into ketosis. At hour 18, the real deep cleaning starts with autophagy. And finally, by hour 23, we're at peak fat burn. So let's start with that first big milestone. So around the 6-hour mark, the fuel from your last meal is pretty much gone. But does your body freak out? Nope. It just flips an internal switch, nice and calm. Your liver, which is kind of like a backup battery, starts to break down its stored sugar, that's called glycogen, and it releases it as this slow, steady stream of energy. See? This isn't a crisis, it's precision energy management. But hey, that's just the warm-up act. As we get closer to that 12-hour mark, the body is about to cross an invisible but incredibly important biological line. This, my friends, is where things get really interesting. 12 hours. That's the magic number. It's the threshold. It's that point where your body has burned through most of its easy access sugar, and now it has to make a really crucial decision about what to do next. And here's that decision. By now, your insulin levels have basically taken a nosedive. And low insulin, that is the key that unlocks the door to your fat cells. It sends out a signal to your whole body that says, all right, team, time to tap into the long-term energy reserves. This brings us to a word you've probably heard a million times, ketosis. Now, don't let the sciencey name scare you. It's actually pretty simple. It just means your liver takes that unlocked fat and turns it into this amazing superfuel called ketones. And guess what? Your brain absolutely thrives on this stuff. And this explains that feeling so many people report, Instead of riding the sugar roller coaster with all its spikes and crashes, ketosis often leads to much clearer thinking and this incredibly stable, steady energy. Your body is just shifted into a gear it was literally evolved to use. So now the body is running on this new clean fuel, and the really deep work can begin. After about 18 hours, something amazing gets activated, one of the most powerful restorative processes our bodies have. Think of it as an internal recycling system. It's called autophagy. Yeah, it sounds a little intense, doesn't it? It literally means self-eating. But trust me, this is one of the best things your body can do for itself. It's like the cellular cleanup crew finally gets the time and space to go to work, clearing out all the old, malfunctioning junk. So how does this whole recycling thing work? Well, it's a pretty smart 3-step process. First, the body goes around and identifies all the cellular waste. Damaged parts, things that are just gumming up the works. Second, it breaks down all those old components. And third, and this is the brilliant part, it reuses the raw materials to repair things and build new, healthy cell parts. It's the ultimate in biological efficiency. This brings us to the grand finale, where all these different processes really come together. This isn't just about surviving without food anymore. It's about your body remembering a forgotten skill that leads to peak performance. As we get close to that 23-hour mark, your body is just an absolute fine-tuned fat-burning machine. Ketone levels are high and steady. And let's just bust that old myth right now. To make sure you're not burning muscle, your body does something remarkable. It actually increases growth hormone to protect your muscles and help with repairs. And just look at the benefits of being in this peak state.
Your body is actively supporting tissue repair. It's holding onto muscle mass. Blood pressure often stabilizes. And you know that constant low-level hum of inflammation that so many of us have? It finally gets quiet. Your body isn't struggling. It's thriving.
Then, just as your eating window approaches, something else amazing happens. The whole system intelligently starts to prepare for food. Digestive enzymes ramp up, nutrient pathways get ready. So, when you finally do eat, your body is like a sponge ready to absorb those nutrients with incredible efficiency. Nothing goes to waste. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? It all comes down to one crucial skill called metabolic flexibility. It's simply the ability to switch gears smoothly, from using the fuel from your food to using your own stored body fat. Think of it like a hybrid car, right? Efficient and resilient. It's a skill that many of our modern bodies are forgetting, but the good news is we can absolutely train it again. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Eating once a day isn't really about starving your body. It's about reminding it of its own incredible capabilities. You're reminding it how to switch fuels, how to do its own deep cleaning, and how to work with amazing efficiency. Which really leads to the big question, doesn't it? Was your body designed to eat all day, or was it designed to adapt?